Hello, and Randy here. What do we have here? Well, we got some 1988 Ford Ranger left and right fenders. For those who've seen the video a while back, got a deer ran into the side of the truck there, smashed up the driver's side fender pretty good, which would be, I think that's this one here is the driver's side. Smashed it up pretty good. Able to pull it out. It doesn't look horrible. But decided I'm going to go ahead and replace it anyway, so that's what we're working on here. Also, the the passenger side fender's already been smashed by a deer. That is still got a pretty good ding in it yet. So both fenders on my truck are pretty well smashed up. So, got new ones here. Actually, didn't cost too bad here. They're roughly I think it was $30 a piece. So, can you believe it? $30 a piece for these. However, shipping them is a little bit expensive. Shipping was actually the more expensive part of this. Actually cost basically about as much to ship them as it does for the fenders themselves. And of course they come in a box that size, so what do you expect? Unfortunately, one did come a little bit of a shipping damage. I don't know if you can see that here or not. Right there's a little ding in it there. So it's not perfect, but oh well, it looks a lot better than what I have in my truck currently. Anyway, got they of course came primed. Which I sanded down to 400 grit. I believe that was the recommendation for the paint, was to sand it down to 400 grit. So I took the primer, sanded it down, wet sanded it 400 grit. And now I got the base coat, which is actually technically the final coat for the paint I'm using here. This is actually all I have to technically do. This is final coat, or one stage urethane, acrylic urethane, I think they call it, one stage acrylic urethane. So I got that on here. But what I'm actually going to do here, and this is what I did on the truck currently, while this is one stage acrylic urethane, I'm going to paint the gray stripe on here. Just rattle can it. Actually, this stuff right here, just metallic finish Rust-Oleum, that's all that's currently on my truck. And then the little black, or not the black, the gray, dark gray and red stripe that's on the truck. That's also rattle canned, just this gloss dark gray. And then the red is actually painted on by hand. So if you look up close, it doesn't look real good on my truck, the red stripe, but it's the best I could do. I think it's supposed to be like some sort of adhesive cover-up that covers up the overlap between the silver and the black. Of course, I can't find that, so I don't know where you'd get something like that. So all I did on the current truck is paint it. And once I did that, then I put clear coat on it. So that's gonna be the plan here again, working on that. Like I said, we got the urethane black. This is black metallic on here. So metallic black. Looks pretty good here, I think. Came out pretty good. I did also paint the inside here as well. This of course came primed, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna paint this as well. I've got a gallon of this paint here, so it's not like I'm hurting for it. This is the stuff, by the way, for those of you wondering. Black metallic acrylic urethane automotive finish. Like I said, this is one stage. I technically don't have to clear coat it, but because I'm putting this on, I am going to clear coat it. Plus, I mean, it looks good with clear coat. Really shines it up nice. Not to say this stuff doesn't look nice and shiny too. It does, but the clear coat looks really shiny. And there's a bug in my paint. There's a bug. Kill it. This has been drying for 48 hours now, by the way, so should be more than good to tape it off, wet sand it. Going to wet sand it 800 grit here, and then we'll paint the silver and the red. So anyway, I think I'll just maybe do a high speed of that. You can enjoy watching me sand this down, and then hopefully I'll put some more tape on it too here once I get that far. Probably put like 3 layers or something just so we don't get any of the silver up in this area. And we'll hit it with some silver paint. Probably let it set another, I don't know, probably another 2 days. Maybe a day might be enough. Another day or two. I'll put the gray stripe on, let that sit for a day, put the red stripe on, paint it on my hand, boy. Probably then let that set for a little more time, hit the whole thing with, from what I read here, when they said clear coat, they said you can just hit that with like 1,000 grit. Now I don't have any 1,000 grit, I've got 800 and I've got 1,500, so 800 or 1,500, I'll probably just like use the 1,500, that should be good I think. Clear coat sanding disc. What is this one then? Gold abrasive, doesn't really say. This says clear coat sanding disc. That seems like a good one to use for preparing to clear coat, if you ask me. I'm not exactly a paint expert here, so but that should work. My current truck, I didn't even bother sanding it. I just put the clear, I washed it, and then I just clear coated it. So haven't had any issues with the way it is now. But we'll try to do a little more proper here and hopefully get it to stick better. So anyway, let's start sanding. Okay, well, there we go. Let the paint dry for about an hour here. Pulled the tape off. Again, you can see not the cleanest of lines here, but like I was saying, that's fine there because we'll be painting a gray stripe, a dark gray stripe along here. Follows this curve. We'll try to get that obviously looking a lot nicer than this does because that will matter. I can see we got a little bit build up there. We'll come back through here. What I'll probably do is I'll wait about 48 hours, then we'll come back through, wet sand this, and then we'll paint the gray stripe on there. And I did notice, I don't know if you can see it here. Oh yeah, you can, okay. See where we didn't have the tape. So yeah, this paint really, it just wipes off, by the way. So, and we'll be sanding this whole panel down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, anyway, have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time. Next time, by the way, we'll be, like I said, probably about 48 hours or so, let these dry. We'll come back, wet sand it, and paint the dark gray stripe on.